Yeah, hi team. I think we can go and start the session. Let me share my screen. So today we are going to see the new topic, like if in case if we have to connect with our system, right? How we can go and connect with our system, right? So like the agent concept we'll see today, that in case if you have to connect with some system which is not there on the internet, right? For example, our laptop, right? So how we can go and communicate with that one. So for that one, right, some steps we need to follow. So, like, so first thing, right? We know, right? Like, if you have to come connect with any system, right? We need to have the connection, right? So we need to create a connection. But before connection, right? What we need to do, right? We need to create that agent here. So what we do, right? Here we can come and we can go and define our agent. So if you see, right, in this one, right? The agents are already created, right? So if I will go and try to create one more agent group, right? I will not get because only 5 agent groups we can go and add, right? It means whatever the existing agent groups we have, right? So from this one only we have to go and connect that one, right? So we cannot go and create a new. So in one instance, only 5 agent groups we can create, and one agent group can go and communicate with two systems. So in short, like with one system, right, we can go and communicate with 10 systems, right? Because 5 agent groups we can create, and each agent group will can go and connect with two systems, right? So that is what we have. So in this one, right, if suppose 5 was not there, right, you can go and create. So only it will ask the name only, and then agent group will be created. And once that agent group is created, now we have to go and use those things, right? So what we'll do, right, in our case, right, we will go and use this first one, B16 OIC agent. So and in this one, right, if you see, right, it is showing 2 1 2 2 1, right? So these are not nothing but like it is showing that okay, these are the systems with which it got connected previously. So if you click into this one, right, so it will go and show that here information. Then from this one, right, you can go and see that agents information. So with these two systems, right, it got connected. If you see, but both of them, right, are unavailable as of now, right? So what we do, right, we can go and delete these ones, both, so that okay, we can go and connect. Because if two agent groups will there, right, then we will not able to create communicate. So if you see in this one, right, it is showing 0, right? It means it is available, right? So we can go and establish that connection. Now, if you wanted to communicate, right, what we need to do first, right? We need to download that configuration file. So two files we need to download. One is like we have to come here and connectivity file we need to create, download, right? So what is that connectivity file, right? Once you do it, it will go and download one file for you, right? So this file is going to be like around 200 MB or something. So this file you can go and download. So this is the configuration file. It is going to be same across all, right? So that is what we will have into this one. So I'll just go and refresh because I already have that file with me.
Prashant, can't we delete one of the agents and do from the starting, like creating the agent and
We
then?
cannot do because we need that admin access. If you see, delete is not possible because it is in the lock state and we cannot delete. We need the admin access for that one.
Okay, but what
So,
will be the steps for creating the agent from the beginning?
so there's no step. Like once you click into create, right, one window will come, and in that one you just have to give the name. That's all.
Okay,
There's no other steps. The next step will come from here. So agent group creation is like just you have to give the provide name only.
okay. After that, we can start
So
with the
maybe
count.
yeah, maybe tomorrow I will see like if I will ask if someone is having the admin access, right? So
Yeah,
I will if they can delete one of these, right? Then we'll go and do. But only the creation is like it will just ask that name only and that's all. How we are doing this on events and all, right? So when we create event, right? So like this one, right? Only this kind of window it will come where we can go and give the information and create. So that is what it will come here. I hope that's okay, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Or let me see if I have that access. Yeah, so I think I will able to access. Let me just share my screen back. So if you see this time I have logged in with a different account. Let me go to the design agents, right? So what we have, right? Let me try with this one. I will go and try this account here. So we can say delete. So unlock. So now if you see, right, I am able to unlock this one. So this RJ agent, right, it got unlocked. I can go and delete this one now. So delete. Failed to delete, unable to perform. Okay. So we cannot go and delete directly. Why? Because if you see, right, two agents are there, right? So first we need to go and delete those agents one by one. Delete, delete, cancel. Now we can go and delete this one. So if you see, right, now we just have four agents into this one, right? Now what we do, right, we can go and establish our connection and we are good to go. So I will come into this environment back, refresh. So if you see, right, here we, how many agents we are at? Four agents we have. So we can come create, and what we do, right, we can give the name here B21. So if you see, right, what is the agent group, right? It is just having the screen, right? So we can say B20 underscore OIC agent, right? And we can say create. So only one step what we have is like agent creation. Then the next option, right? It is the same thing. We have to go and we have to download this connectivity file, right? So I already have this connectivity file. So if you see, right, it is going to have like this kind of file, right? So 216 MB file will be there. This file is going to be the generic file, which is same for everyone, right? So what I will do, I will come here, I will create a new folder. And I will use this file here. So this is my file, right? I have. Now what we do, right, in this one, right? We can go and extract what all things will be there. So we can say extract all. So if you see right here, file got extracted and what we have right here. So we have here some files, right? installer configuration, CPI utility jar, connectivity agent jar, right? Agent home. So this is a file what we have, right? Which will go and establish that communication. But now if you see that, as I told, right, this is our seeded file, right? This one. So how our system will know that, okay, I have to use this one, or whichever agent group we have to use, right? So this is a file which we'll have. So if I will go and open this file, right? So as of now, if you see, right, this is a default file what we have, installer configuration. So in this one, right, we need to go and mention all our thing. What is OIC URL and our agent group identifier, right? In this one, right? So either we can go and modify this one, or like suppose if you wanted to use this one, right? Like this agent group I wanted to use, right? So what we do, right? We can come here and we can go and install the configuration file. So download configuration. So what will happen, right? It will go and download this configuration file. So what I can do, right? I can give this path here, right? So this path I will give that, okay, we wanted to save that file here. So we can give the path here, right? Now we can do this save. So file got saved. We can come here. So if you see it, new file came here, right? Installer configuration. If I will go and open this file, right? Edit with Notepad. So if you see, right, in this one, right, we will get all those information. What is the OIC URL? So this is the OIC URL, which is the agent group. So B21 OIC agent. What is the OIC IDCS URL? So this is OIC scope, OIC client ID, client secret, right? So everything it will be come into this one, right? So it means like this is the file what we have to use for the configuration purpose. So what we have to do, right? Into this one, right? We have to go and put this one. So we can just drag and drop this inside and we can replace that one, right? Because our original file, right, is having the blank, right? So we are doing this into this one, right? So what we are able to do, right? We are able to put into this one, right? I think in this also we can do replace, right? So this is what we have. Now if we wanted to establish that one, right? So what we have to do, right? So this is what it has, right? Now we have to go and run this file. So once this file will be running, right? So then it will go and run, right? So what we do, right? We can come here and open into the terminal. And if I will go and show you here, right? First refresh. So if you see it, it is showing 0 count, right? Now we can say Java minus jar and connectivity agent. So whatever this our file, right? Connectivity agent dot jar file, right? So this file we need to run. So connectivity agent dot jar. We can go and run this file. So if you see, proceeding to install a new agent, no proxy, checking for trusted certificate, making call to check OIC version, right? So if you see, right, it is doing. And the version of agent installer is not compatible. Rerun the agent installer after downloading. So I think whatever the file we have, right? So that is not compatible. We need to download the latest file only. So this will take some time. Once it is completed, right, then we can go and take this file. So whenever you do, right, every time you have to take the latest file because some of the configurations can be modified, right? So we can go and use this one. So if you see, right, it will give that, okay, the new file it will come. So what I do, right, I can create a new folder inside this one. and in this folder, right? Or we can say here, new folder, right? B21 only. And we'll go and put inside this one. And we'll do save. So it got saved. Let us come back here. Right, so this is the file. So if you see, this file got increased to some size. Now we can go and extract this file. So if you see, right, we have downloaded this one. So we need to use that file here. So what we do, right, we can come into this one. So this is our file, right, which we downloaded. So we can copy this file and put this file instead of this one, right, and replace. Because the default file will not have any configuration. Now this file is having the configuration, right? If you see, reload. So this is having the configuration, right? So now what we do, right, we can come and we can run the file here. So Java minus jar connectivity agent jar. Now let us go and run. So if you see this time, right, no proxy call needed, checking for trusted certificate, call OIC, right? So if you see that all are working, if you see agent is started successfully, right? Now available for new message, right? Now if we come into our application, right? So earlier it was showing 0, right? If I will go and refresh now, right here, what will happen, right? It will go and show 1 count here, right? And we can go and click into agents. So it will show agent working and it will show that available, right? Active, right? It means it is there for the communication, right? So this is how we can go and establish. So whether it is my laptop, whether it is any system, right? We have to share this file. Then we have to ask them to perform these steps. That okay, this file we have to share. Then configuration file we have to save, and then they need to run this file. Once they are running, right, then it is in the active. Now what we do, right, we can go and create the connection. So for example, I will come here and what we do, right, we'll go and use a file server here. So I will use this file server, right, to read my file from the laptop and all, right. So we can say here B21 underscore OIC file server. I can write agent connection, right. So this is name I give. I will use trigger and invoke and we can say create. So if you see, right, how we can go and access the file server, right? If you see connectivity agent, right? So here we can say that, okay, connectivity agent. Now, whatever the connection we have created, right? So that we can come and we can go and associate that one. So if you see right here, whichever are in that version, right? All those lists it will go and show. So if you see B21 OIC, right? So we can go and use this one and we can say use. So this is going to be used. Now we can go and do the test. So connection got tested. Now we can go and do the save. Right? So if you see, right, our connection got created. Now what I do, right, I can go and do anything, whatever I need to do, right, with my file, right, I can do. So if I will come to my laptop again, and here I will show, right, if you see, right, in this one, right, I have one folder, right, file server. In this one I have in the source, right, and in the target I have, right. So I wanted to write some file and I wanted to delete file, right. So whatever that operations we are doing over the FTP, right, same kind of operations, right, we wanted to do, right. So we'll see how we can go and do this one right here, right, like this one. Here we have different folders, right. We wanted to do something with these folders, right. So we'll see how we can go and do. So we can come to the integration now. We can say connection, create. We can write B21 underscore file server agent integration underscore 62. We can write B21 we can say create. So this is our integration, right? Now what we do, right? We can start this one with our normal integration trigger connection. So B21. So we can say REST trigger connection. We can say start, continue. What we do, right? We can say this is /start. We can write here post. So this is a normal integration we are doing as of now. We are not doing anything. And in this one, right, what we do, right? We can give the file name and path and all those things we can give. So request sample we can configure. Source directory. Source file. Target directory. Target file. Right. So this is what we need, right? We can check continue. Continue. Response we can say. So as of now, right, maybe like we can just give some message. And then we'll go and later change that, okay, in case if you have to modify anything. Continue. Continue and finish. We can go and change the layout. Save. So what we do, right, we can do the business identifier primary key. So request wrapper we can do. We can say source file name as our directory and save. So now what we'll do, right, we'll go and call our new connection which we created, it file server connection. So we can go and use this one. And what we do, right, here we can say file server. Continue. So what we wanted to do, right, read file, write file, move file, delete file, right? So if you say all these operations was there into that FTP, right? Same thing we can go and do right here. For example, I wanted to delete the file, right? Then directory path and we can do, right? So these are optional. We can go and map later. So we can say continue and finish. So if you see, right, we are able to do, we can go and map here. Then what we do, right? In the file delete, right, we need to give this information. So we can come here. Source directory we can map here. Source file we can go and map here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, am I audible, team, now? I just use my headphone, so just confirm me. Can anyone please
Yeah.
confirm I'm audible? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we have mapped, right, source directory and source file name. Now we can do the validate. So validation completed. Now we can come back. We can do the save. Now we can go and see the mapper here. That okay, what all things, right? So from the file server, right, response, we'll get that action status will get, right? So that status we can go and map here. Success. We can go and map here and validate. Now we can come back and we'll try to create the run this integration. We can go and come activate. And run. So we done. Now we can go, we can do the run. We can go to the body. Now source file and source directory we can give. So what we need to do, right? We need to delete some file from this one, right? So for example, this file we wanted to delete, right? So we can give this path here. So source directory, we can give this one, and then which file we wanted to delete, right? So maybe we wanted to delete this file, right? So source file we can give. Now we can go and run. So translation error. Okay, so I think this is because of this file path and all. So we'll go and try to delete this one. abc.txt, run. Okay, this space actually will not allowed when we do, right? So this thing we have to keep in mind. So maybe, right, we can come here. So in this one, right, I don't have any path. So I will create a sample file I will write. And in this one, right, I will create one file. abc.txt, right? So I will go and use this path now. Run. Okay, still it is giving that error. Run. Yeah, so if you see it, this time I think it is working fine. Let us see. So it got completed. Now, if you see it, the file got deleted. It means in this one, right, we cannot use a forward slash, backward slash we have to use. So if you see right, we are able to do here, right? Let me create again abc.txt. So this is the file, right, we have. If I will go and run this one again, right, what will happen, right? It will go and delete this file. Once that is completed, right, if you see, it completed. It means like with the help of OIC, right, I'm able to do the operation with my system, right? Same thing, right? We can go and create anything, right? Suppose we wanted to write file, read file, right? Anything we can go and do here, right? So we can come here. We can make a clone. And we can say read file server and clone. So we can come back here. We can see file server, right? So like we are doing delete, right? We can go and do the next operation. So same way, right? How we are doing read, write file. So we can go and do any action, whatever we wanted to do, right? Read file, we can say continue. So do we have the structure of the file? So we can say, yes, we have the structure. So maybe like what we do, right? We can come here. So we have inside this one. It's a new folder. So these are all our empty files only. New folder copy. So these are also empty files only. So no need. We can go and create our own file only here. So we can create here. CSV file we can go and create here. CSV. We can say abc.csv file. Yes. We can go and open the file. Edit with notepad. Yes. Now we can say here name, job, salary, right? So this is the what we can do. We can say Sam admin and 2000, right? So this is our sample file what we do, right? So we can go and use this file for our integration for the reference, right? That okay, this is the file which we wanted to read. So we can come here, we can go and attach that file, cancel. So we are able to do it. Now what we do, right? Record name and record set we can say employee, all employee, comma separated. And if you said this, it will come like this one, right? So we can make optional and one thing we can go and make as a mandatory, and we can say continue and finish. So this is the file, right, which we wanted to read, right? So we can come here. Now we can come again, save. Now we can come to the mapper again. So we need to modify our output, right? Because whatever the read we are doing, right? So that we wanted to show here, right? So request, we can say response. We can come here. In this one, right? What we do, right? We can say all employees. Then we can write here array because it can have multiple. Then what we do, right? We can say employee name, employee salary. Then what is the next one we have? Employee name, salary, and job. Right? So like this one we can go and do, right? So whatever we read, right? So that we will go and upload here. We can say continue and finish. Now we can come here, mapper. We can create a mapper for this one. So for file server, we are doing the mapper. We can say create. We can say file read, file name and directory we will put, right? So we can say source directory to the directory and source file. Validate. Now we can go back and we can change again. And the mapper, right? We can go and modify response that okay. We can come here, message, file response. So employees, right? So we can go and map here, employee, job, and salary, and we can map employee to all employees, right? And in this one, right, what we do, right? File response header if we have anything. So file name and directory only will have. So we can give or we can remove this one. We don't need. So we can say delete target node. So we are able to do this mapping right here. We can do the validate. Close. We can go back again and save. So we can come back again, activate. Now we can go and do the refresh. Now we can go and run the file. So here we have this file, right? So I will go and add some more records into this one. John IT 3000, David HR. Right, so this is what 3 records we have done, right? So we can come again here. We can do the run body. So we wanted to run this one, right? So what we do, right? We can come again here. So this is the path we have. So source directory we can give, and we need to just change this. And source file abc.csv. We can go and run the file. So if you see, right, the data which is we are getting, right, so this data is coming from my laptop, right? So it means my integration is able to connect with my laptop, right? So this is how we can go and do that connection, right? This is how we can go and establish this connection. So any questions into this one?
Now, generally, what will be the use case for this?
Use case will be like, suppose some system, right, which is not on the internet, right? Like legacy system or legacy servers are there, right, which we are not able to access, right? So that those systems, right, we can go and communicate with the help of this agent. So we can share that agent file with the customer. They will run this file, and then we can go and establish that communication with them. Or suppose if their database is there into the system, right? So that time we can go and use this one. So this is there for the connectivity to systems which are not there. So if you see, right, FTP, right, FTP was on the internet, right? So we got that IP address, we got that port number and everything, right? We are able to communicate with that one. But same thing, right, if suppose that was not on the internet, right? So that is some physical device, right? So how we can go and communicate with that one, right? So this file we can go and share with them, then they will run, so the connectivity will happen, and then we can go and run this one.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Any other questions if we have? Okay, so if no question, then I think we can go and wrap up the session as we have completed this agent's topic. So we can wrap up the session today here only, and tomorrow we'll see the new topic. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you.